Welcome, travelers, to the Rule of Cool podcast, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast that's occasionally appropriate and frequently distracted. In the last episode, our adventurers are being led through a treacherous underground cave by Al. Vaan was actually useful and helped clear the cave of a dastardly pudding monster. Afterwards, the team re-emerged from underground and lay in wait until nightfall. Without any further ado, I now present the Rule of Cool.
Hey y'all, this is the Rule of Cool, a D&D 5e actual play adventure. I am Sarah, your stupendous DM, and tonight the boys are going to introduce themselves by saying, if a witch cursed them, what would the curse be? Get those on-the-spot improv juices flowing.
Hi everyone, this is Adam. I play, God, what is my character's name? Chadwick, the Cleric of Light. Sorry, I'm too caught up in my answer. I think if a witch cursed me, they would curse me with they would curse me as a person who knew what the fuck they were doing, because I literally don't think I could ever live in a world where that's true. Like, I'm always just fumbling through life, and just like I think it would be torturous for me to be like, oh, confident in what I'm doing in every aspect.
That's the most confusing curse ever.
It would be exhausting though in some aspects.
Yeah.
I think it may be more confusing the way I said it, but you know what else.
Hi, this is Alex, and I play the character Rhys, the Lizardfolk Barbarian. And if a witch cursed me, she would curse me to always have change in my pocket no matter what I did.
Can I ask?
I fucking hate change.
Did I gender the witch? Why are witches gendered?
It's a witch and a warlock.
No, but couldn't a witch be a man? Couldn't a man be a witch?
I don't see why not.
Sure.
It's 2019. Sorry.
Anybody can be a witch.
This witch is a she because it is modeled off of me. My genie wish
You
is
really
similar
can't.
to your worst case, because my genie wish is to always have exact change for my purchase in my pocket.
That's a really good wish, I agree, but just to have the change rattling at all times while walking and shit, it drives me insane.
I feel like pennies would be the worst for you because they're useless.
Yeah.
So you'd have useless change in your pocket.
Yeah. When I was in Puerto Rico, I had got 50 cents back from something, and I just left it on a bridge railing and was just like, I don't care. I don't want it. Someone else can have this change. It was 2 quarters. That's how much I hate change.
They use American money in Puerto Rico?
So it's all Bitcoin.
Hey y'all, it's Jordan. I play the character Paelias Marzara, your favorite high elf rogue. And if I were to be cursed, it would be every time I heard my voice or saw my reflection, it would be like the corpse of Donald Trump. Every time I saw him.
Ugh. Actually, the corpse of Donald Trump wouldn't be as bad as the live version.
As soon as it came out loud, I was like, that wouldn't be so bad.
Wait, but hold
rest
on,
of
like,
us
for
have
real,
to see it?
let's be real. We don't want that to happen. That's not the kind of podcast we are. Like,
Sure.
we don't need anybody listening to this and then investigating us. We are not saying we want anything bad to happen to him. All right.
Sorry, guys. I want him to be undead, I guess. Like, die, but be a zombie, but never truly, fully die.
How do we know he's not?
I know he's orange. He could be.
Hi, my name's Jason. I play Vaan, the half-elf wild mage sorcerer. And I think the one curse that I actually do have is always thinking of some obscure noise, sound effect, piece of music that I can never think of. Now, luckily, I'm not completely cursed because I can usually figure out what it is a week later, but it's the week leading up to it that drives me crazy. And so I think that the curse is that it's always on the tip of my tongue. I think it's from somewhere else, or I can't remember But I remember specifically in college that happened one time, and it turned out to be a sound effect from a video game that I hadn't played in years. It drove me crazy for like a week just trying to figure out what it was.
Actually horrible.
Yeah,
I hate
get
that.
Yeah.
You're touched.
All
I'm
right.
special.
Where you guys ended off, you decided to take a rest until it was dark out. We can assume that you guys have finished your rest, your short rest.
Is Vaan still singing?
No, we had established that Al had a high enough medicine check that he would be able to take care of that during the short rest.
Right.
And did so. It is kind of early nighttime now. You guys are at the mouth of the cave. It'll lead up into a little public courtyard area that's just around the block from the House of Zara. So it's paths either side, trellises to the sides, and connected above with seasonal flowers, plants growing among them. A small field of raised, grass has been built on top of rocks put in this river to make a land structure. It's a quiet, kind of smaller, secluded little just seating area that is both public and a somewhat, out of the way area for people who are out but want a moment's respite. There is the mouth of the tunnels where it has caved in here, which has been blocked off by rope telling, just normal everyday passersby not to go into the hole. Eventually, the government will come here and try to close it up, fix it up, seal it up. But because the elven culture has such a long history, as the lifespan of elves is so significantly longer than other races, government projects can take a while to get put into effect. So this tunnel entrance has probably been here for your entire life, Paelias. Once you get up, there's 2 walls to this area, and then the other 2 open so that you can see the river, large and fast as it rushes past. The banks of the river are 200 to 300 yards on either side. Walkways of the black stone that you noticed across the land of Mew cut across to the banks and to the edge of the city. Paelias, you know that would cut all the way down to the rapids below the city that open into a V in the river. But you can't see that from here. Additional walkways move into the buildings that rise out of the river all around and up the banks and among the rapids. White, pillared, smooth stone buildings could be confused for large waves of cresting water from a bird's eye view as they move with the river. Vertical gardens can be found climbing some walls where the waters are calmer as the water eddies and pools with most of the buildings before the rapids begin, having some sort of well-designed natural patterns. In the calmer waters upstream are the oldest buildings. That is where this public area is situated along with your house, Paelias. It also holds many of the public spaces, housing for the oldest, most esteemed established families, and the most upscale businesses. Downstream, you'll have more of the mixed race areas, as well as the more highly trafficked businesses. You'll also have the recent development down there, which for elves may be a couple hundred years. The river is obviously split into 2 different types of dwellings. In the water itself is this white pillared stone construction type that looks very old and esteemed. This is where the high elves live, as you know, Jordan. As you get up onto the banks and more into the trees, that's where you will find the wood elves and elves of the lesser populated branches of the elven kind. The rest I have is falling into the river is bad.
Noted. Yeah.
It is rushing by at a clip. Even though it is slower up here, you haven't hit the rapids yet. It is still a strong, large river. Only the strongest, best construction of centuries of elven handiwork stands up in this river. You guys are in this little garden area.
Okay.
So who's leading?
Paelias, you do know where your house is from here. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, I think Paelias should lead.
Yeah, but look, Al's the leader. We already said that.
Last episode.
Al looks at you and he says, and like any good leader, sometimes you delegate to those who have knowledge in the situation. Paelias.
Thank you, Alistair. I suppose we should proceed forward. Home sweet home. And I just have this like mix of emotions of like wanting to hug my mom, but also burn the house down at the same time.
Paelias, remember the other thing that happened that we very much glossed over, but that did actually happen in canon. You are dressed like Zoolander pretending to be a coal miner.
Oh, yes.
Just you.
Oh, man. I suppose we should proceed forward, fellas. And I do a little hair flip and just start strutting my way down to my house.
A little blue steel.
Yes.
All right, so you just strut, you don't sneak or anything?
Oh, no, we're owning this. I'm rocking this suit to the fullest.
Okay.
Wait, we're just walking in the front door?
All the sneaking to the tunnels.
Well, I mean, Rhys is on board.
Al says, well, a surprise ambush wouldn't be the worst. He does not know we're coming because we got so close.
Would I happen to know like a secret way in that I would use to like sneak out as a kid?
Roll history.
17?
Yeah, not like a secret passageway, because the buildings here, while, nice, it is hard to construct, a lot of stuff in, a running river of this size and depth. So it's not like they spend a lot of time constructing secret passageways. You do know, like, a back passageway that probably has been not used by a lot of people. You could go in the like cellar entrance that is no longer in use because people just go in the servants' entrance.
Oh, guys, I think I know a way inside. My brother and I used to use it to sneak out and go to some parties when I was younger. I think that's the way in. I think that's how we should proceed. Mom and Dad have no idea.
If you are talking about things that you may have done to sneak in and out, because you are a little bit upstream, you would have probably some plant life growing up the walls to windows in some cases. You probably in the past snuck down vines before too. Your dad probably cut some away to try to control you. You probably had like a level 1 druid friend who like grew them back.
Yes.
All right, so you're going to approach the house. You don't do it with any sneakiness?
Yeah, let's use some stealth. I'll go in, but a slight strut in my step.
So so we'll say for flavor, the stealth in your case is pretending to not be you approaching the house, but just a regular person.
I'm just imagining him doing the Zoolander walk, though, and that GIF, he's like...
And that's me trying to be a regular person.
So stealth rolls all around.
Oh, are we all going?
If you all want to go with him.
Yeah, I would want to watch this show.
Do I even need to roll?
Yes.
Do I even need to roll?
That'll be a 28.
18?
I'm going to give myself some guidance.
15.
Ooh. That'd be a 16.
Wildly
With
successful.
disadvantage.
So as you guys are walking towards the house, a party of like young elves is walking the other way. They're all also dressed up like idiots. Like one's dressed up like a fighter. One's dressed up like a baker. He's got like flour, used as highlighter. So they also look like a party of people pretending to be adventurers and or, workers of some sort. And so they're, anyone on the lookout's just like, oh, youths.
Youths. No,
Youths.
they're youths.
Youths.
So you approach the house. The House of Zara is an old building of quality design. 3 visible stories rise above the river. Paelias, you know that there is a basement and then a sub-layer that, isn't necessarily accessible, but is what is grounded into the riverbed. The outer walls are fairly boring and worn smooth by the river on the first level. The first level is the public rooms more. The second level is kind of the relaxed family rooms. The third level is mostly sleeping. So the second level has a wraparound balcony that you remember with multiple doors from different rooms opening off into it. Beautiful 360 view of the city from that second story. You also remember, besides having, just normal rooms, you have a smallish ballroom. You have a gallery of all of your ancestors. You also have 3 open air spaces inside where the river has been able to be trapped a little bit by walling it off in certain ways so that you have multiple open vertical gardens and pools. The largest of those spaces is great for swimming. The first of the smaller 2 contains stockfish, that your family could eat, as well as the vertical garden there being your kitchen garden, which is close to that servant's entrance that I had mentioned before. The other smaller open air space has a bunch of ornamental fish for viewing pleasure last time you were there. The entrance we were talking about that would enter into hopefully unseen is closest to the swimming area. Climbing up the walls would probably get you to the balcony, the wraparound, pretty easily. But you do see that it's been trimmed back from going all the way up. You know that your father's study is on the 3rd floor, off of his bedchamber. You know that your mother's sitting room is off of the gallery on the 2nd floor. If that helps you kind of place where your parents may be. Your parents, not being necessarily deeply in love, may not be taking dinner together or spending their evenings and nights together. So they could be in different places.
All right, fellows, I'm thinking we should start low, maybe the basement floor, and kind of work our way up. If Sun's just fallen a little bit ago, I'm sure Mom hasn't made the potion yet that makes Daddy go night-night. So we've got to wait for the concoction to happen a minute, but it should be any moment now. But yeah, I'm thinking we ease in from the bottom and sort of work our way up.
The potion?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, she likes to make Dad a bit of a potion. He's not much of a sleeper, but that's usually when Mum likes to handle most of her business. So she makes him a bit of a concoction that just knocks him straight out. Perfect for Hollow and I. We're able to sleep out wonderfully.
Okay. So you want to go in that 3rd entrance and hope no one's there. You do see someone patrolling along the balcony. You do know that if your father feels threatened, he may have some hired people, just guarding. But likely not on the 3rd floor. He's a very private man.
Hey, Paelias, are we allowed to kill the people in your house?
Oh, well, Rhys, of course. I mean, it wouldn't be fun that way if we didn't.
Oh, I mean, like all of them, like the people walking around and stuff, the cooks. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I suppose it depends. We should take it a little easy. I mean, we've got to eat first, of course. So we've got to, get some nourishment, and then we can decide to kill them after.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Let's go to the kitchen.
Okay, so you want to go in the 3rd door. That'll take you into the basement first. I need a round of stealth checks again to get you guys into the house.
Natural 20, bitches.
I feel like Chadwick would have said, I'd prefer if we didn't, just kill all willy-nilly,
Oh, I didn't say that I would kill Willy or Nilly.
Does everyone slap their head at the same time? I got a 19 on stealth.
I got a 16.
Total?
All right, that's the lowest I've done. Yes. I know.
I thought you were like, I rolled a 16, so I actually got like a 42.
No, I rolled a freaking 7.
Well, my highest roll was a 19, but my lowest was 14.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, so you do get in the basement pretty easily. You see a bunch of boxes. It's a little dusty down here. With only 2 people living in the house full time, maybe not as much need for full scale just stocking of food in the basement. So only part of the storage is used up down here. You do see a staircase up, Jordan. You'd see it would go up to the hallway that is near the kitchen.
All right, fellas, make yourself at home. Take whatever you need. If you're hungry, grab a snack. And
Are you
Chadwick,
going up the staircase or are you still in the basement?
oh yeah, we're gonna go up the staircase first.
Okay. So are you leading, Jordan?
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you go up the stairs.
Yeah, 18.
Yes. So you're going up the stairs, and you see as you get halfway up, a board with nails in it swings down. You narrowly duck out of the way, and it slams. It goes side to side, so it's not coming at all of you down the row. So it would have slammed you into the wall. You narrowly dive forward, missing that. Shockingly, that wasn't there last time you were here. You're able to make it up the rest of the stairs uneventfully.
Yep. Think somebody knows we're here. Is Al still with us? Or did
Al's fallen behind.
Okay.
He's going to be there, but I know how much you love interacting with him, so. Yep, so you're able to make it up. The hallway, the pantry with all of the perishable food stocks is off to the left. The kitchen shut down for the night as dinner's already been served, off to the right. Continue forward, it would open up into the dining room.
Rhys walks over quietly and peeks in the pantry, just for a second.
Okay, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
12.
12 fails. So as you open the door, a large potato sack flies out and attempts to attach itself to your face. On a fail, the sack wraps around your head and screams for damage. The damage on this is thunder damage.
Potatoes.
A potato sack?
Yes.
Wraps to your face? Is this a face
Face
hugger?
hugging potatoes?
Yeah.
Are we an alien?
That is 2d4 plus 4 thunder damage. That is 9 thunder damage.
Who?
After screaming in your ears, it feels like it has released all of its energy and it slides off of you on the ground, no longer moving.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that? As Rhys reaches down, picks up a potato, and starts eating it.
These potatoes were alive.
Yeah, look, so were the goats. What does it matter?
Potatoes... never mind.
In the rest of the pantry, if you look in, there's like cheese wheels, bags of fruit, bags of vegetables, cans of food, probably a hind quarter of some animal that's been salted and hung up.
Okay. Rhys starts waving Chadwick over.
What?
Like it's super
What do you
important.
need?
Hey, Chadwick, can I borrow the bag of holding for a minute?
No.
If you just open it up.
You can put stuff in it.
And I'll just put everything in it. Like everything I get my hands on. That's all I want.
Okay. You get a lot of food. You get a lot of foodstuffs.
Hold on. I will remind you the bag of holding has a limit of what it can hold, and we don't
Since
know what's
when
inside
have
of it.
I ever enforced the limit?
I just wanted to start randomly spitting stuff out.
I think you get 2 cheese wheels, a hind quarter of some sort of meat that you can have identified, 3 bags of vegetables, 2 boxes of fruit, 20 cans of miscellaneous items, 5 loaves of bread. So that's what you get.
I'm guessing, he knows we're here, Paelias?
I think I've got a feeling. Yeah, these are all definitely new. I feel like someone's expecting us. They've got to.
So maybe we should be a little bit more on guard and not open random doors that we don't have to? Looking at Rhys, I say.
We had to open it. How could I not look in the pantry?
You just ate. You can't be
When?
that hungry. I don't know, probably an hour ago. 2, 3, whenever we got off the boat.
Okay, but like, how am I going to pass up on like this good elven food? I think I even saw lemnis bread in there, or whatever it's called.
You didn't.
I'm pretty sure that if we survive this, you can have all the fucking elven food you want.
Okay, but like, I don't know. I have to take it now. I'm sorry. Like,
Lord.
I'm done though.
As you say that, you see 2 guards around the corner, and they look at you. Hey, stop! Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm the waiter
Would he really be that quick on his feet?
to say
Roll.
something
He'd be
that
like,
stupid.
He'd be like, hi, I'm Rhys.
Roll deception.
Okay.
This is going to go well.
It better.
15.
Alright.
15. They go. No, we were briefed on all of the wait staff. Sorry, they're Elvish. You were not on the dossier we were handed.
Can they see everyone else, or is it just me?
And me.
They can see anyone who was in the hallway. So I'm assuming at
Okay.
least Jordan,
So-
Vaan, and Al may still be coming up the staircase. I don't know.
All right, so pretty much
I'm
everyone.
gonna
Yeah.
hear him talking. How many voices do I hear?
Well, you hear your party, and then you hear the 1 guard talking. But 2 guards rounded the corner, so.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, hey, fellas. Sorry about that. He didn't mean waiter. He meant wanker. I call them out all the time. I'm sorry. I'm the repair guy. We were down in the basement. Sorry, Mrs. Zara said y'all had some leaks, so we were down there fixing some stuff up. We got a little hungry. I'm sorry to disturb you guys.
You look like a high fashion coal miner. Make.
And talks like Beetlejuice.
I will let you choose, because your costume was not great for this, but it is a costume. So I will let you choose between deception and performance.
Let's go with
There's
deception.
one right answer. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm like, well, let's meta this. Oh, thank God. Okay. 24 for deception.
Yeah, they narrow their eyes and they're like, I guess the dirt that you rubbed on your face is really selling it. And they're like, we understand the nature of temp workers, of course. Make sure that your bosses put you on the appropriate lists so that we can be up to date on the people coming in and out of here going forward. Even if you're only short term, it's a mandatory thing. It is in the contracts that we have with your agencies. It just makes it very hard for us to operate. There's all sorts of people coming around. Between you and me, the boss is maybe a little, not quite with it, a little paranoid. I'm sure you've come across some of the more fun things hidden around the house. It looks like they've even trapped the food room so that we can't be sneaking snacks on duty. Heaven forbid they'd have a couple nuts go astray. The couple nuts have gone astray in his brain, if you ask me. A little paranoid, but we do need compliance with the approval processes going forward. Tonight we'll let it slide. If you run into anybody else, just let them know that your bosses are going to update their files in the morning and carry on. And they walk towards the kitchen to make another loop.
Oh, thank you, fellas, so much. But before you head off, those fancy traps wasn't really fun for Wanker. About got his tail ripped right off. So, is there any others we should be expecting as we kind of finish things up here?
Oh, sure, they're all around. It's quite annoying. We just mainly avoid the rooms. Avoid the rooms in general is what we do, and the staircases. We each kind of take a floor. Good times. In the morning, the master of the house, goes around and says all the magic words and whatnot to deactivate everything, but his, got a little bit of paranoid nighttime alarm system. You understand.
Yeah, I heard this guy is an important fellow. A little into himself, if you ask me, but thank you guys. I appreciate your help tonight.
Yes, of course. Let us know if you need help accessing anything else, and, carry on.
Oh, yes, about that. Do you happen to know where the missus is at? She said she was going to give us an advance ahead of time, so I was hoping to, discuss that with her while we got her.
Oh, yes. Talking with Lady Zara herself is probably good. She does seem to be a little bit more reasonable. But no, you should be getting paid through your separate contracting agencies, of course. That should have all been set up before you entered the house tonight. But I mean, of course, if they didn't put you on the, security lists, perhaps they forgot to fill you in on that.
Fellas, I really appreciate your kindness and everything, but this is kind of testing my patience here. Wanker about lost his tail. I'm here trying to work through the dark. I'm not on the list, not getting paid. I'm going to have some answers. Is there somebody I could talk to, the head of security or something?
Well, yes, you can talk to one of our captains. Well, he's just going to tell you the same thing. I think the best is to just go to your manager and have them work it out. Yes? Now, if you'll forgive us, we really must be continuing to make our rounds. If we don't continue to make our rounds, we don't get paid by our security agency. You understand. But I hope everything works out fine for you.
Yeah, I understand, guys. Yeah, thank you. You all have a good night. Sneak some snacks in there while you can.
We wouldn't dare. And
As soon as they turn their back, Rhys is going to point at his sword and point at them and be like,
So here's my question, Rhys. Do you have your sword? Because you did throw it.
I believe I said I picked it up.
Okay, I couldn't remember I didn't take notes on that episode yet. So
But it would be like on his side.
Okay, you can have your sword then. I just wanted to
he thinks it's magic. He's not going to let
and
it.
I'm 100% okay saying that you picked it up.
Okay. So does anyone give him a nod of confirmation or anything? Should I murder these people?
Rhys, we should not. They let us go.
Actually, the sword would be on his back, so he'll just let go.
Well, at least it seems that he doesn't know we're here. He's just fearful of someone coming to hurt him. I don't know. I don't know why I'd be so fearful.
Shaka, he was always great to making friends.
All right, guys, we gotta go downstairs and get the work done.
Rhys, he was just joking.
Who?
Paelias. That was still Paelias talking.
Oh my god, that's Paelias?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Rhys. Yeah, that was me.
Dude, you're looking good.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, rocking it out. I'm feeling the look. The ash is great. Yeah.
So, should we continue? Are we trying to find him or are we trying to find your mom? Both? Neither?
Gotta drive this bus.
Paelias, make an insight.
Thank you. Where does a 14 get me with insight?
14, it doesn't get you much. You do remember, if your dad's a bit paranoid, his personal rooms are up on the 3rd floor. If he seems to be acting somewhat paranoid in the trapping of the house and the additional guards he has roaming these days, he may have sequestered himself in the hardest to reach area, or, he may be trying to hide somewhere you would never expect. That could be just a trap he set up for you. Like, if someone's coming to find me, they'll go up to my rooms first.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry about making the wrong choice, Jordan. It'll just be hijinks. That'll be fun.
I think I have this weird feeling, whichever choice we go to, the wrong choice.
I have that
That's
same
because
feeling.
you always think the DM is trying to kill you,
Yes.
Adam. Always.
Is she not?
She's not.
I don't think so.
I feel like if my dad is aware of where we are, he probably hasn't had his lovely potion. I don't think he's going to be resting. So I feel like if I know where my mother's at, then I know where my father might be hiding and doing tonight. I have a feeling she might be on the 2nd floor. She always is. She's very into herself, doing her beauty routine, writing, something of the sort. If we can take a peek, I think we can know what my father may be up to.
I think the smart play would be for you to go first and try to detect any more of those traps that your dad's put around.
What would be more strategic of me to meta? It's going to be stealthiness, acrobatics. What's going to help me dodge these traps?
You can look
Perception
for
checks.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. You got to check it out.
So we'll say, so you want to go to your mom?
Yeah, let's see what mom's
Do you
up to.
care about running into guards?
Yes.
Okay.
So, to an extent, yeah.
So there's the servant staircase that'll take you up the back way. There is the main staircase that would take you almost directly to the portrait gallery where your mom's kind of sitting room / office is off of. So basically you'd probably have to go through additional rooms if you took the servant staircase, but those will be less guarded. If you went the direct way, you may be able to avoid additional rooms, but there'll probably be guards.
I'm almost thinking the direct way to avoid traps to an extent. I almost feel like we're going to have better odds against a guard than we would against a trap.
Okay. Then party stealth rolls. Jason, we're just going to call you a success.
Cool. I'm invisible.
Well, yeah, one success. But like one success for the party, basically.
I got 21.
I got 23.
Let's see. My worst one is 11.
Yeah, so even with you not being great, they may just, any other guards may just assume that it's another guard moving around.
Oh my god. Did Vaan leave?
I don't know where he's at.
I whisper, I'm still here.
Oh, fuck.
I'm invisible.
Hey, you gotta, warn me next time.
Shocker. He's invisible, guys.
Oh, but like...
Chadwick,
Okay, if you're
Chadwick
invisible...
feels a flick on his ear.
You're only doing that because I can't see you.
Hello, everyone. This is Jason. I just wanted to take a quick break from the podcast to say thanks for listening. If you have any questions for the cast or about anything in general, you can find us on Twitter at RuleOfCoolCast or send an email to theruleofcoolpodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to be featured on this podcast, you can also contact us on Twitter or by email. Today, we'd like to give a special thanks to technical difficulties. This week, The Rule of Cool is sponsored by Google Stadia. Our intro, outro, and interstitial music is the song Orchids by U-Bred Raptors. You can find their music wherever fine music is sold or at their website, ubredraptors.com. And with that, we'll get back to the podcast.
So you guys walk down this kitchen walkway out into the main hallway. As you're walking through kind of the main halls to the grand staircase, the walls are bare of most ornamentation, holding only the most valuable items of rare quality. If it doesn't meet certain standards, it's better not to have anything. Paelias, you grew up right in the better to be rare and exceptional than common. The walls look even more bare for their loneliness or items purporting the importance of the family among the elves. So not just rare expensive things, but rare expensive things that show how important the House of Zara is among the community of Bloomberg Fells. You get to the staircase. Did you want to make a perception check since you said you were going to be safer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Give me perception.
Oh, nat 20.
With a nat 20, you see just hijinksy boards every third step up the staircase. You can either try to disarm it, or you can just skip every third stair.
Oh, God, Dad, the dementia's setting in. How creative. Guys, just hop every few steps. Just be very careful now. You can kind of check that little rickety off to the right.
Oh, Lord. Okay, totally meta of me. You should have said exactly how many stairs we need to skip because someone
Every few.
is going to fuck this up. But anyway, we'll continue with what you said.
Oh, shit. Well played.
He did tell us where to look, so as long as we're not that
You
stupid,
could
maybe
also-
we're okay.
If Paelias goes first, you could also just follow Paelias's pattern.
Yeah, there we go.
When you make it up the staircase, there are guards on this level. They have yet to see you. Off to the left, Paelias, the doors open into the portrait gallery that overlooks the ballroom. There will likely be guards stationed somewhere in there. Whether they'll be on the first floor or the second floor, you're not sure, but you will need to do a stealth to get in there. So we'll need another party stealth roll unless you just want to walk in.
Is it like it's a door?
It's a double set of doors. It's less opening the door and more that there are guards on this floor. They haven't seen you yet. They're kind of like at the end of another hallway, or they have their backs turned to you, etc.
I just meant we were told there are traps on doors. Like I just
in room
reminding everyone of 1 minute ago's information.
Yeah. There may be traps on doors or in rooms. Yep.
That's not metagaming. That's your character not being a goldfish.
16.
What's wrong with your rolls?
Oh, am I rolling stealth also?
Yeah,
or was it
the
just
party's going with Paelias, yeah.
Damn, I'm on fire. That's a 20.
Ooh, yes.
I got a 10.
And then 1 auto success for Vaan. So you're able to make it to the portrait gallery. Not a problem. Do you want to do anything? We'll say the doors are closed. Do you want to do anything with the doors before you go in?
Yeah, so we're able to lock it behind us. Let me see.
Hey, like, be careful. The guy said doors are bad or something. Remember, potatoes attacked me.
Paelias and I both have mage hands, so we can open doors from a distance.
Oh, true.
You could also just do another perception check to see if you detect a trap.
Are we at the door or in the door?
You're at the door.
We were trying to decide if we were going to detect traps or not.
I like this mage hand idea. Let's do it.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you're just
execute
going
soon.
to open the door with Mage Hand?
Yeah, we're gonna go for it.
I guess we all back up a bit.
You open the door, nothing happens.
Okay, they were like no potatoes in that one. I don't know.
You can walk in, you can see all 4 sides of the room are walkways overlooking the ballroom, staircases leading up from the ballroom, your family portrait gallery along the walls showing your ancestors. No guards on this level. There are some down below in the ballroom. So you did not open the door to be face to face with guards.
Guys, I'm sorry. Can we just take a moment? Look at this gorgeous family. What a bunch of handsome blokes. Look at us.
Is your twin brother in any of these?
Oh, God, let me see.
You want to see if you see your twin brother?
Yeah.
Make an investigation.
13?
13? Yeah, you know where your portrait is, and your brother's portrait right there, right before yours.
I peek at it. I notice his portrait looks a little better than mine. No, I don't think he's on this wall. Nope, absolutely not.
You don't switch the nameplates or something?
Nope, we're gonna breeze right past. I'm gonna act like we're not even on there. Yeah,
okay.
No attention to it.
At the far end, in the corner inside of the house, is the door to your mother's sitting room / like parlor study.
Already like closed? Just like a cracked open situation?
It's closed. There are guards below, but you guys have done enough good stealth rolls that they're not paying attention. They're probably like playing cards, talking loudly.
Could we use...
What are they saying?
Ooh,
no,
yes.
I'm just kidding, Sarah. I'm literally just kidding.
They're saying,
no, you don't have to. I'm literally just joking.
got any 7s? Go fish. Okay, that's what they're saying.
Thank you.
She really makes the world alive, guys.
Can I use Mage Hand once more to very, very slowly and sneakily just crack the door open ever so slightly so we can peek in?
You do so, nothing happens. When you open the door, you see lights are on inside. You see your mother's sitting room. Not much has changed since you left. Additional items have been added. Maybe a broken piece of furniture or something's been moved, but you don't really see anything. But you do see lights on. You can't see the whole room from the crack in the door.
Oh, this may be reckless. Can I crack it a little more and kind of peek my face inside
Make
to
a
see the
stealth.
whole thing? Okay. Fuck. Nat
A
1.
1.
Nat 1. Yep.
And that one, as you peek your face in, a tip of a longsword is pressed to your throat. Your mother stands back against the wall next to the door, obviously having heard you, ready to handle any situations that may arise.
I kind of kick the party back behind me, almost to signal like hide. Sorry, ma'am. I'm just going up here. One of the guards said I might be able to find you study. I didn't mean to bother you. The contractors have this big mess. I wanted to talk payment to see how things are working out here.
That's your mother.
Yeah, your mother that you were looking for.
Yeah.
Roll deception or, what did I say, performance at disadvantage because it is your mother.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's see where this mess goes.
How good is your makeup skill?
Shit. Well, another goddamn one. Okay.
She yanks on your hair, throws you into the room, and closes the door so that you and she are in the room. Her sword is to your throat. Now the others may act, yes.
Do we just leave?
No. We have to save him.
Like from
Whoever's
who?
in there, I don't know. How did he just get
I guess
pulled
we don't
in?
know it's his mom, right?
Oh, yeah.
Should we just go break the door down?
I guess we would have heard him, so maybe we could infer that it was his mother.
Oh, right.
Yeah, well, but I mean, we know he's looking for his mom and
Yeah.
that she is supposed to be in this room.
It's her room.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably
It's fine to say that you could have extrapolated that, yeah.
So is he like dead?
I would assume not. I mean, but we... you know what? I think if we leave the door closed, we never know if he's dead or alive. But if we open this door, then we know.
Yes.
So like I could kill him by opening the door?
You could. Are you prepared to possibly kill Paelias?
Oh, I mean, I think so, yeah.
I think
I feel
you should
like
open the
yeah
door.
is when you open the door.
Okay. That's probably our turn.
So, Paelias, she has a sword to your throat, and she says, very nice try. Let's try second time without the deceit, shall we? There will be no third time, as you will not have a trachea.
Hello, Mom. Yes, tracheas. Your trachea looks wonderful tonight. How are you doing? You look wonderful.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that does make a whole lot more sense. Are those your friends outside?
Yes, they're my friends, Mother.
Very well, bring them in. She removes her sword point from your throat. Do so quietly, expediently. Please.
We're probably all creeping up to the door at this moment.
Yes, Mom.
Can we see
Yeah,
that
I
we
want to
both, reach for the door at the same time? And so we're trying to turn the knob, but we can't turn the knob because each other.
Yes.
Like a
We're both trying to go the
Scooby-Doo
opposite
scene.
way.
Yep, you can totally do that.
Sweet.
Very well.
It was
So you all-
Rhys doing it, obviously.
But you can all eventually get in there. She motions for you to close the door quietly. Once you're all in, you can see decently lit room. A woman you can assume to be Paelias' mother, Octavia. She has the faintest tint of silver to her skin, making her seem even more the statue than any person has a right to seem. She wears perfectly fitted dark velvet dress to her knees and sensible shoes. She does not need heels, as she is taller than any male of the Zara family by an inch or two. Her dark black hair is braided back along her part, ending in a tail at the nape of her neck. She wears no ornamentation besides one pin indicating her status and family on her breast. She has a long sword next to her. You can tell she probably was previously sitting at her desk handling paperwork, correspondence, etc. She looks around and she says, "Son of mine, what foolish reason do you have for being back in this house?"
Well, Mom, why don't you tell me? You don't know already.
Well, the stupidest reason I could think of would be that you'd come back here to kill your father, hopefully not myself as well, and then try to wrest power. But that would be stupid. That would be monumentally ridiculous even for you, son. So I'm hoping it's something more reasonable, less foolhardy. Please don't tell me the last remaining heir to the House of Zara is quite that stupid.
Oh, Mom, thank you so much for that. You're a great one for reasonable choices. I appreciate the lecture. Speaking of reasonable, what's the scale for Silverhawk? Since you two seem to be so close recently, what's the scoop there? What do you think?
Who's Silverhawk?
Oh my gosh, Mother.
Oh, is she that wood elf that they assigned to be on your detail? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I deal directly with the head. I don't bother myself with the grunt workers. in organizations, obviously.
I gasp back and clench my fist. Yes, that would.
You're not here
mother.
because of some wood elf, are you? I would rather you be here to kill your father. She pinches her brow.
Well, then you're really lucky.
Yes.
Yes, and who are these wonderful people that you've chosen to take up residence with? They look positively fine.
Rhys smiles and nods like in agreement, like thank you.
She takes another look and she goes, "Oh, Al! Come here, darling, come here, give me a hug. It's been forever since we've seen you at one of our parties, one of our soirées. How are your family?" Al says, "Fine, I'm here. Just helping your son, of course."
Oh my god, Al was a mole.
What? No, what? No. Al's just a friend of the family. I didn't even know he did little fun war games or whatever you boys are up to. No, one tale on Paelias is quite well enough. He's not very subtle. It's not like I have to have multiple pairs of eyes on him. One's enough. He loves being in the limelight enough that those pair of eyes never going to really manage to lose him, except when you went off world for a bit, but we can catch up later when you're not here. Maybe at a different location you should leave.
I would walk up to her with all the air of nobility that I could possibly muster, and just introduce myself. Chadwick Caden Archibald Darrow, my father, and something Darrow.
Oh, the Darrows! Yes. Oh, Paelias, you are keeping quite good company, I see. Yes, the Darrows. I have not met you before, young man, but I did know your mother. Hopefully her spirits are improving? Yes?
I think so.
Wonderful. You're not the one with the child, are you?
Oh, God, no.
I do love children. Progeny, establishing your lineage. It's a very noble deed. You should get on it, young man.
Would a good father be out gallivanting around the country, not at home with his own child?
If they had appropriate child caretakers, I don't understand why not. Why do you need to be there for...
That's my brother with the kid, it's fine.
Yeah, parents are for creating the offspring, but there's no reason you have to stay with them all the time. Paelias would have been, Paelias, how would you have liked to have your father and I around all the time growing up? Unpleasant indeed. You were not good company back then as a child. Who would even think that? But no, please get, who is this last party member, sir?
Oh, there's actually two of us. Don't you see them both?
No? I see.
I dropped my invisibility.
Oh, good lord. Good lord. Wonderful. A useful party member. You have collected quite a group of useful people.
I will actually laugh out loud as she's saying that and be like, useful.
An eminently useful spellcaster. That's very smart of you, young man. If you're here to kill your father with a spellcaster on your side, you may just prevail. But who are the two of you?
I'm Rhys of the Rhyses, I guess. And like
Reese's Pieces.
Any relation to the boys?
Oh, like almost. Maybe I might marry his daughter. Like we're like best friends now. It's like this whole big thing. Like there's going to be maybe a spring wedding. I'm not 100%
Fantastic. You must invite me, young man. And she gives you the pat on the cheek.
Hey,
It was a very good choice.
You look very pretty.
Thank you. I try my best. It is not a chore. It's very easy when you start with quality. It's not hard to maintain quality. And you, last person who just
Thomas
became
at
visible.
Will Urgy, at your service.
Very nice to make your acquaintance. It is not every day I get to see a practical application of fine spellcasting. I'm very, very pleased to meet you.
Hear, hear.
You still haven't seen it, but that's fine.
All right, now, son, please tell me. I thought it was bad that you were here to kill your father, but you didn't risk much to come just to complain about a woman, did you?
Oh no, Mom, we have all kinds of catching up to do. Start just picking up my nails. How was Harlow's funeral? Oh, Harlow's my brother, by the way.
It was, the best. We, got him a very nice pyre. We, had everyone saying very nice things about him. And we even bribed most of the officials to forget that it was, to forget the unfortunate circumstances. So, you're only we could probably get you off in a court of law, is what I'm saying. It's very successful endeavor, all things considered. Very successful funeral.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, honorable man indeed. Such a good fellow. Such a shame.
Yes, terrible shame. Son, I think it's about time that you actually get to your purpose.
Mom, are you and Lucius really that happy?
Goodness gracious, son, when did I ever give you any sort of feeling that we were ever happy?
I couldn't tell what was the facade and what's real. It all kind of blends together with you. I couldn't tell if it was the power, the money, the manipulation.
I mean,
or maybe a little
true.
splash of love in there.
It is true. I do love power, money, and manipulation, but in what world did I ever love your father? No. Not at all. But that does mean I have no way to protect you necessarily if he finds out you are again under his roof, as it is still his power and money. You understand?
So, Mother, if, let's say, he were out of the picture, would you happen to get a little more of that power and that money?
Well, until you were cleared in court, I would get all of it. You obviously can't inherit until you come back and sign all the appropriate paperwork, but the moment you did, clearly you would be arrested for the unfortunate circumstances around your brother's death. Now, with me still on your side, I have set up everything nicely post-funeral that we could easily take care of the court. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves, I do believe.
Yes, I don't want any of your fucking money. I feel like we have a mutual problem here. You thought it was a bit of a silly idea, but you can't tell me you haven't thought of this before.
I have no idea what you're talking about, my dear son. Pray do elaborate in your own words.
Mum, it's time. Lucius needs to go. I want to eliminate the problem. You've never been happy. I think you should be in the rightful place of power. You should be the queen. You should be on the throne. Let me do this for you, to make up for everything.
Well, as I said, it would be a bit tricky, because I would have to prove that you would be alive, or else it would go to, I'm assuming there's a distant cousin that would be dredged up to inherit, as I just married into the family. In order for me to maintain the power, you would still need to be alive, but never cleared in court. You understand the conundrum that you're putting me in with that situation?
Mom, you're a wonderful, powerful lady, and I know you've made lots of friends and lots of enemies. You can't tell me there's not a single enemy of yours that we can't frame for this?
No, framing, that's not the problem at all, son. Of course, framing someone for your father's unfortunate exit from this plane of existence is not a problem at all. I have a list, even, that we could work down of who would make the most sense for us strategically. It's more the fact that it would go to his heir. All of his estate, his wealth, his power, his position of privilege within the society. But you cannot inherit unless you step forward to sign all the documents, which, is fine and good, but then I wouldn't get any. The only way I get the power is if I'm holding it in trust until you come forward, which they'll only let me do if I can prove that you're alive and able to come forward and just refusing to do so. But if you refuse to come forward, then they can't try you for your brother, and then you can't be cleared. So the problem is, if you kill your father, I have to prove that you're alive, but if you're alive, they're going to try you for the murder of your brother which we can easily get you off of, but as soon as we do, then you inherit and I still have pretty much nothing. Actually, less nothing, as, I'm not the wife of the owner anymore. You understand. So you would have to, for me to have the power, you would have to exist in some sort of lawless gray area where you were wanted for murder, but never came forward to clear your name.
Mother, that's an interesting point, and as I think back onto that dreadful, dreadful night of when Harlow had passed away, my poor beloved, honorable twin brother, I feel like I just remember that night differently. I feel like Lucius was mad. He wasn't happy with his level of power. We weren't very cooperative. I was supposed to be to the heir. Harlow had things go down, and Lucius was so upset that Harlow had to be eliminated from the situation.
Which I'm sure we could prove in a court of law, except then that leaves me with less power and less wealth, as you would control it all then. And I don't necessarily see how that is to my benefit.
So wait, you have to prove that you are alive, but
never
not
come forward.
Go to jail.
Yeah. Basically, she's saying you have to prove that you're alive, but you can never come forward to claim the inheritance or clear your name.
So you have to be like, hey, I'm Paelias, I'm still alive, and then run away and not get caught.
She could prove that you're alive pretty easily. After all, she has people tailing you.
Being wanted for murder is an awfully scary thing, especially after your father tried to kill you. I had to go, I had to run, and you know how the press works. Once it's out, it's out, so...
I do understand, my dear boy, and if, things fall correctly, I will... I have all of the blocks in place to, build your case in a way that makes you look utterly sympathetic. But the problem I have with doing such a good deed for my remaining son is that I would end up with less than I currently have. You do understand my dilemma as well, son?
I do, Mom, and as much as I am frustrated with this conversation, I am equally proud. You truly are great at this position of power.
Yes, so, there may be ways for you to, designate me as your lifetime steward with full agency over the estate.
I'm listening.
Even, identify me as your heir, so that if you don't have children, were I to remarry, as, I would no longer have a husband, and, well, I'm quite still fabulous, you understand. Any children I would have would, could inherit. Just as a precaution. If you could legally designate me as your fully autonomous steward / heir.
I'm listening, Mum. Let's be honest. No children are coming my way. Absolutely not. At least not on purpose.
I mean, you do have that nice girl Silverhawk. Al rolls his eyes.
Oh, yeah, awfully nice and memorable now. Funny story, Mum.
Well, I mean, if you're insisting on never having children, we could take care of the paperwork tonight. Even, and then I would become your heir and fully autonomous steward. And then upon your father's permanent removal, handle all that, messy framing business. I could handle that no problem. It's not like I don't have contingencies there. Then we could bring you forward, have the the small formality of the trial wouldn't be a problem, and then you sign the paperwork to take over the estate, and our contract making me your fully autonomous steward / heir would go into effect. We could even addend that so that any heirs of mine would supersede any children you may accidentally sire, even if you had no, desire to. Why should the children you don't want inherit?
Should we, not put the horse before the cart? And, maybe kill the dead first?
I do need certain assurances that if I remain quiet tonight and assist in the cleanup, that I'm taken care of in my life thereafter.
Yes, Mum, what do you need?
just need a few signatures. Just a few, and then, you even have a cleric here. He can notarize it for us as a man of the church that will hold up in court.
Does he need to be like a good cleric?
Absolutely not. No good cleric would deal with this. No good cleric would deal with this. Oh.
Wait, I'm good.
Oh yeah, totally. You're like the best.
She's taking good to mean something else.
Yeah, I know.
am too.
She pulls out a contract, Paelias, and indicates multiple places to initial and sign, saying she will have full autonomy over the estate while you live, able to make choices about powers, funds, land, etc. She will be the representative in any meetings that need a family representative, and she will be your heir. This is the addendum she puts in. She'll be your heir instead of your heir apparent, which means upon your death, even if you have other children, she or her direct offspring will inherit first.
Mother, before I sign this, and I
course.
dip it, 3 contingencies.
What are they?
I need a lump sum for me and my party. I need to not be followed.
Let's take these one at a time. What's the lump sum?
How does a couple thousand platinum apiece sound?
That may be difficult to scrounge up all at once. We could... I'm not saying no. The estate does have it. I'm saying it could be difficult to scrounge up a couple... We'll say 3,000 platinum.
I suppose I could work with
It
that.
will be difficult to scrounge it all up. What I can probably do, because I'd have to rearrange funds, you understand. Most of the liquid assets are normally set aside for different things. It'll probably be over the course of the next year that I can free it up and give it all to you. I can easily free up 500. Not a problem. And then over the course of the rest of the year, you'll get the rest of the 25. Or else the contract's null and void and you get all of it, so...
I accept.
Very well. First condition accepted.
Contingency 2. My death needs to be of my own will and not ill-fated. It cannot be organized. It can absolutely have nothing to do with you, any of your affiliates, quite frankly, any organized party in general, unless initially instigated from my party. Or else, null and void, you lose everything.
Addendum to that contingency, unless you enter Bloomberg Fells, then it is my right to be aware of your actions in the city. And only in the city.
Deal.
Accepted. Anywhere outside of Bloomberg Fells, I have no need for knowledge of you.
No more trails. Ever, whatsoever going on. I see you when I want to see you. You know about my life when I want you to know about my life.
Oh, darling, I don't need to know anything about your life. I just needed to know where you were so your father couldn't leverage you. You understand how embarrassing it must be for him to have his one son dead, his other son run away. You would be a very good political piece for him. I have no such need. It's actually better for me if I don't know much about you. Because then I can easily remarry, and have no concerns. So, yes, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Well, thanks, Mum. Didn't expect it to be quite that easy, but
I will
thank
say
you.
one addendum on that. I would like a way to contact you. It wouldn't have to be invasive. Just a location. If something were to happen, if there was some estate business that you absolutely had to deal with, if I needed to make you aware of anything. Not directly to you even. A post box, a friendly merchant you sometimes talk to. Just a way to contact you.
I accept.
I could just send it to your little guild, and you could grab it there if that works.
Why not, Mum? I'm sure my little guild would love that.
Fantastic. Dal is quite a character.
That he is, Mum. That he is.
Then, yes, that's my only ask, is that if I don't know everything about your movements, just a way to get in touch with you. Honestly, once your father's out of the picture, it's not like I need you.
So it's a deal then, is it?
It's a deal. So... she has you sign all the different places. She's manually written out all of the addendums or all of the conditions you put in and that she added her little 2 cents to. Has you initial next to it. She also initials next to it. And then she turns to Chad to have him sign and notarize the document. Do you both do that?
My signature is less a signature, but I melt some wax and use my holy symbol as my signature.
Cool. I like that color.
Yes.
Paelias, do you sign and initial everywhere?
Yes, I do.
She goes, well, this has been quite good. Hopefully your endeavors with your father pay off. Do come back and check in, darling, when everything's done. He is, of course, holed up in his study, as always. Ever since he got wind that you're not actually dead and were just off-world, he's realized that you're maybe a bit more powerful than before. He's had all these just annoying commoner guards running around and set up ridiculous booby traps, paid unnecessary sums of money for just one-off hack tricks of magic and whimsy. Who would fall for just opening doors randomly and being attacked by stacks? It's unheard of. It's ridiculous.
Rhys raises his hand.
Yes, well, you look like a very strong, virile young man. It wouldn't be too difficult for you to handle. Anymore, I feel like a prisoner in my own home. The first thing to go will definitely be his ridiculous safeguards against you, Paelias.
Mum, thank you for that. And I'm wiping a single tear. Knowing you and Lucius were scared and felt like prisoners in your own home is the best gift you could have given me.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm not scared of you, darling. I felt like a prisoner because your father's stupid contraptions. I never know when I'll miscount a step and then have to do a nice, graceful tumbling leap down the stairs. Some days I almost don't even stick the landing perfectly.
Must be rough.
It is. Thank you so much, darling, for commiserating. All right. But best get along.
Yes, I suppose. Oh, one more thing, Mother. Did you give Dad his lovely potion for the night?
He hasn't been taking those since he found out you were alive, darling.
Of course not, Mum. Of course not.
Yes, of course not. Yes, if you were maybe a bit more discreet, maybe darling, as I know intrigue and political positioning aren't your strong suit, so take it from your mommy when I say it may behoove you in the future, if you are in hiding or have run away, to not send people to your front door asking for you. Yes?
Yes, Mum. Such sound advice.
Of course.
Such the wise one. Thank you.
Yes, of course, of course. Just a little bit of motherly wisdom for my darling boy. But yes, ever since he found out that you were not dead and quite a bit stronger, well, he's just been insufferable.
Hey, could you, help us out? Just be like, hey, Paelias' dad, I made you a sandwich. Come downstairs.
Oh, absolutely not. I can't be implicated in this whatsoever. If you're not strong enough to beat him, I still need to be in charge. No. Sorry, I still need to be here to support my darling husband who is in charge.
Okay, look, that makes sense, I guess.
Yes.
Can I have a sandwich?
I'm sure there's something down in the kitchen.
Well, thank you, Mum. It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
I suppose I'll lead you to whatever this was and go pay Lucius a visit.
Yes, a pleasure and other social platitudes and niceties one must express. Have a good go at it. Do you be safe, darling? If anything were to go awry, running away is completely acceptable. It's not like you have a reputation to uphold.
Sam, okay. Got awfully chilly.
She took the tea that she was spilling and just threw it at you.
Yes. Warmed it
I
up.
love your mother so much. She is so fun to play.
Yeah.
You can tell that you're being dismissed.
Thank you.
We all go outside the door.
Yes.
And once we're all out there and the door is closed, they go, why do I feel like she had every single bit of this whole thing perfectly planned and she's the one really behind all of this? But, I think she's going to be a problem later. But that's later's problem, or later's issue.
Like, we get lots of money, though. That's pretty good. But, like, Paelias, next time get gold.
Good point, Rhys. You got me there. Next time. Such a pleasure, agency. Now you see where I get it.
You're like, I hate everyone we've met. Ever.
You liked Redmond.
No, I know. He means, like, your family.
There's a reason these guys don't live at home having a happy life.
Well, guys, I'm thirsty for blood. How about you? Let's do this thing. Let's kill the motherfucker.
I mean, apparently we're under contract now. In a way.
Let's do it. This sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look, he's in the study, right? Like, that's what she said?
Yeah, if he truly is nervous, that's where he likes to take his manic phases. So, yeah, let's check it out.
Lead the way.
You'll have to go back to the
Third
portrait
floor.
gallery, up the stairs to the 3rd floor, and then it's just a straight shoot down to his study. I'll need 2 rounds of stealth from the group. Round 1.
Uh-oh, my hot rolls are over. I got 9.
23.
Oh, I got an 8.
And 16.
Al also did poorly. You see, as you're exiting the portrait gallery, one guard is just coming up the stairs and he looks directly at you, quizzically, and he's like, "What? Who are you? State your purpose."
Paelias, this is you.
We all just look at Paelias like,
Do you not recognize me, bloke?
I'm not kidding. I don't know who you are. Please state your purpose.
I'm still fuming from that last dig that my mother brilliantly, wonderfully made. I'm just ready to kill. Let's wipe this dude out.
Okay.
No more
everyone-
games. Yep.
Everyone roll initiative. I bought your guys' 1-year gifts that I still need to give you because off of a directed ad.
Did you buy me one of the sapphire D&D dice?
nipple rings?
No, the sapphire. I've seen them going around. That would be really funny. No, but they're the D&D dice that have an actual real sapphire in them.
I don't spend money. I don't spend real money on you guys.
I really want to buy everyone the gift they stole from those rich kids in like the 3rd episode. Get a
Yes.
shutter shade, sapphire nipple
Lots of
ring.
chains.
I'll take a sapphire
Yeah,
nipple
3
ring.
chains.
Yeah, 3 chains. And
3
I
chains.
don't remember what else we got from them.
A problem with that is that one of the people on this call is the DM that got things stolen from her.